So mamo akwaba emfa emra adechia wonsam dwumadie eso we Lucky TV so ene yawada we Thursday edition na say yawada edikan ewo August bosome no emu afempimienu ene eduonu enai emu nyame wo frennwuma pase ewo yabrabom bosome January ni mu no wogusua ade yen ekwakowe mo weyepa enti enede ya bosome no ahyase no sa woda so atiase Tachrema Adwoa Bodwemu, Eboja da soa edi wo mu afusania na wabo homodene ade aseda pese amatwede mponyankopon na wasan so aka kire wo krase ondi doze twede mponyankopon waye edayi shrenko ene anim kaso enti ebra so se anopai yetlase ye din komo enrada ye bon komo se ene ye ni ye wrabi a wabene ewo amanyosem emu na wasan so lecturer ebedin komo na yahwe communication and politics ene no ekame ese ya manyosem a amanyofo yi eye kasa bi wo no mu a omuka na ediho ye aba kasa bi wo no mu a ebinum ka na kwakoye nsem pinu na editipaye kese na babeja adehia ewo maiga na muso enti ene ya betena se sai ana wo say politicians no omu communicate communications no enya sign nka ne sign no kine bi no titiw are election year mu no yenya peaceful election no kine bi ankwankwafa nsunsuanso ene wo hawbia amba enti enne yebedi saa enkomo yi nyina ede aka ho bi nanso asana no na je se den a yebehya se de fi babia bebetoato aso aba bewie wo babia yeba aba bewie no anopai me wo yewra Mohammed Amin Lamptey oye Islamic University lecturer na say lecturer ewo Islamic University College Ghana was so expert in political communication na anopaye ne eba bedi enkomo yema watching good morning bibia bokode edere nyanko fase bia koso ano edere nyame ase meni wa share pen but no your on phone
very well
na ye share obese
misu meni age me hu pictures na me tell kasa so television so na anepe me hu me see wow Lucky TV they are very selective because in broadcasting especially television there is one element here very important photogenic the kind of photogenic and you biana or the neighbor TV so if indeed you want to market your media outlets you also want to make sure say they feel appealing they feel like irresistible say was an appear sorry bia yenhwe oshe callers are more call time my sister also know that tells you that presenters on Lucky television are doing very very well because in recent time you are very photogenic you are very intelligent show preamble that tells you that you are indeed a qualified broadcaster.
Thank you. It's na meso metse dwem anopai midi Adwoa Acheampomaa Awoahene metnemu ede ama esua ko eso ne me kan catch us say first Thursday of the month and the signs for first day intended back to back bibia bi ewom and answer boa e was yiro ya ni babedi nkomo a ora Mohammed Amin Lamptey o kire yen ye kase ora Mohammed Amin Lamptey papa wadaroma yenhwe yenni hu nkomo kaka be kase o profile
edikan no nyankopon kwa na ebede na ase na me no ye wonyo Kaukudi Junction now Ghana when we talk about Kaukudi Junction is a very questionable area we do Accra secondary school no traffic light no ufum say Accra on Kanda highway no just on your right that is the community Ohone Wome I grew up there and then unfortunately no I grew up with people who are very questionable they kind of questionable I wouldn't say area no eja grandma kolanketenketo mu ediade no so at say omoye nemu bebre that time no crap na yotimi ko airport leftovers no na that time near for hotola leftovers no omo flat no mu yi no mu kotochina na ye kono e kosesesa na ye di bebi fi na madam hu ade e wo so na nyagro na that time no we mingle with armed robbers criminals and they can home but by the grace of God no me no mo na ye die so ye bibia nanso not even a single day did I ever tasted cigarette we or whatever. That is one good news about it. And secondly, I was very fortunate to have a very good parent, mother and father. I hope Allah will bless them. From there, I attended school. I started with a friend's school. Ewo Kutubabi police station. One a medical kanda. If you want me technical school, electrical engineering. And on me just about 3 years and me jaya. And then me the ball the sheminim. And so I used almost about 15 years playing football.
Oh, okay.
And the football muna na mini dimpanya grow. So I travel across all the regions, me Kotna, Sandama, Upper East region, almost about 5 years, purely playing football. I moved into DJing, maybe a DJ. A home and so me started saying running commentary. Because at that time, there was this legend, Harry Thompson. Mission voice ni bibia enti yakobo match no krapo na eba I can run commentary of match a boy and the nyankopon the cheme. I can remember, even though I was a goalkeeper, but I can remember adisi unina. I can re-echo everything. One I mean, you have to go back to school. Now so next time no, I was just within 22 years that time. But me down before say, I mean, here Pesca will say, school. Even headmaster of Sandema Senior High School, on a frame say, I mean, come back to school, manko. And then one eja, because Susana, my last trip was in Lumi. Me koya de mamu krum Lamakara. I went and played for Asko de Kara. Ohana, me ohana min kasa me sorry catch me who say me kufie. Almost had them is only me kufie. If you do fiana me catch me who say I'm going back to school. Going back to school, nobody said anything to me. Okay. Me consulting Krofuba Kumino, Obi Museo, and Krofu to Kwako Libya no Mukujumana also Uku school. My late mother, I consult, she told me, say, I mean, so over to Kwan Efesa desert sooner call Libya, Midachow. Bibia baby, Midachow. My sister, that was what motivated me. Because me, we are almost about 8, and then me, say, I'm her breast son. Or permission will be even in Bano and Medio Muchino, no money say my permission will be or we're 24th of August. Attention, few about 23 days more, when you're 1 year, she told me, I mean, don't go. So, this is one thing about parental care. Or catch me, son, me so my no share, maybe about so, and then I start here. I spent almost 1 year to go back to school and do my O and A level. From there, went and did my diploma in journalism and communication. From there, moved on to do my degree in marketing. From there, went on to do my masters, in PIA. That was at my alma mater, that is GIJ. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm in the process of my PhD. A school dropout. That is Mohammed Amin Lamptey. Into commentary, academic core journalism. Just around 1998 thereabout, almost 25 years. I started with Radio Gold, as a reporter.
See, whatever, you better common more.
Okay.
Ako journalism, mono.
Okay.
So we,
Okay.
But you profile no. Said you work. We say, we shall say as a youngster, no life na a difficult kakra, na a challenging, and I say unya bibia on a silver platter.
It was very tough. But my sister, the main point is you have to be very focused. We are focused and also bonfire. When you develop what we call self-discipline, they knew that I'm not a talkative, but maybe you're a commentator now, me a journalist, make us TV radio. So they were surprised, But it was very tough. And one thing about life is that, area maybe you would have detractors. But discourage you. A lot of them discouraged me. Time I started saying running commentary. There were those who said that I was mad. Because that time we were recorded I made taco bono kanda maybe they say CAC Mox national Mox. Me running commentary mu say my bodam. Ebe mu krabo ka say me num we. But I did not look at them. There are people like Alhaji Majesty, the late Alhaji Bimbo, Abosondonko, in Penifo almost that time I started almost say, look, I mean, it's a good start, move on. Into discouragement, man shobia. Sister, me started in Nagro. Na satan na me brofunya kra. Me started no in brofunya. Into me copying for no. Me run commentary no. I have to re-echo. I mean, some of the adjectives, some of the lines of their submission and what have you. Until maybe drew baby Nyankopon so boame, I went into deeper reading. Me know because I have problem with my eyes because of reading. Because me say me giant name be tree. So I must try to put myself into so many things and Nyankopon me baha. Entry by the grace of God. Me yes I no. Nko be discouraging but be do some time no. Who we be no ya bomidin. Se see no mo say hey, abrantia ya neglect no a while like a rejected stone, no, he's becoming the head of the cornerstone. In the area, hono, I started mobilizing in Kolano. They even have their PhD whilst I'm in the process. Some have their masters, some are teachers, some are even parents having about 3-4 kids through my process, through my initiative. And to start on it very tough. But we are so whatever that you do, never expected so be able to wasam. When you understand it that way, you would move on and move on until we will get to the communication aspect in life. It is not only about oral, written, and non-verbal communication. We have body language communication. When you entered, you communicated with me. So one can say good morning, crapwa, or ufe. Adia washe with him hairstyle no mpoba washe no you have communicated to me enti omunina eboa me am maybe drew baby medru enti it was very very tough but my parents were very supportive because that time no na me dan fofo bebre etu kwan omoko Libya we me to me ko America ni Germany omoto me maniska na omo ma me to me ko Maka na omo tutu kwan. My parents never blink an eye. They never place any pressure on me. And then you go area honwa, there are so many guys who have gone through the process. Yes, they've died on the desert. We share baby omufa and omudiko spring. And that was what really made my mother to tell me that, I mean, so ukonyes kanu through Libya me paucho me that chow. And that was what motivated me to stay home. And it was very tough. Because at that time, my sister, we be a masora, we together. We be sifi, we toka. Ne mama akomaka, o mama oti baby oti ya, o yejuma wo bre. Me mama no sata no otuntu TZ. Ejai obi aka ho asem. Me mama wo ye single room me papa ware ne besum no. O hana mama wo ye. Now so yesi fi ama no. Yes, if you man no, mami unko o meko ene ene oduwuye. That tells you that in life you must try to be very moderate. Never establish any competition with anyone. That was what I did. Nkrofo yemi even time me bobo no. Yen nkrofo am no mo edi baku, they go out there and castigate me, vilify me. And later I'll get the info. I have never reacted. You be a journalist, the same thing. See, me parliamentary seat crop. It was terrible. In Crawford, me grew more, me natural more. When I got to that state, they were really hurting me, saying certain things that are untrue. But woman in Nano, it is an eye opener. And my mom who said, no, I have to grow. I need not to stay where I am until get on to this level was very, very, very tough.
Once someone I see you crying. I see you crying pa. Enti yenhwe side win so said the worker say area na say location a ye hyase say ye wo hono na wo hyase say oba obra na e wo odom no na enye easy because ye ka area na a lot of anyama bebre na eringi wo enkofo adwene mu but din nyina mu no wotimi eseli true e wo honom e die nto bebu say one ma peer pressure say amanfo e smoky other staffs bi omo ye bia no e influencer na wonso wankwankwa the same thing
we am me sukra because you know the point is that is the personal agenda in life. My sister said na make life on television you look good. You didn't start it today. Who started from somewhere? You had a role model. Now, young community in that time there was nothing like a role model. And I make catch out say, my father was a great man. He was the one who started giving me that idea about broadcasting. That's that time, no, my papa. GBC news, no news readers, newscaster on the mobile. Vida Corantin Asante, you know, Richard Cote, Omo Bebre, Esther Seno, Isaac Omunina, Onimomudi, intermission me Monsieur Sadiano. And then the Pacono started no or send our started program one friend with you. Me now my friend with you and son of free with you. Into one uncle from me bro say, hey, I mean, we are there and me say me papa na the chairman. My father studied electrical skakra na wodi I want to me wie. Into me so me kotan casco electrical engineer want to me wie. Into so I've learned a lot from my father before I got to this level. Into such a peer pressure because if you know they will feed you. Who fear aduane no endu bebia enti come fe obedi dibi. Na satam no ye adibi ayeye. O kiti aduane a ebia unwehu me de me nsa be bowa aduane wo de ba ma medi. Satam it was something that we were doing at the time. So these were the things that happened. Na satam no so na me wa wonde pa. Me no be kwa me nkasa o ba me no be kwa me bo abrante bi na ebe bo me pa bo me no and all me kofum kakra. It's all these things were part of what really, you know, ignited me. And the most important thing is self-discipline, respect, and humility. And in the day me baby bra me bedri anything amount to me anya de ni bi. I live with them, we did everything together, we slept together, but I never tasted it. So it's all about humility, and parental care is very key. Me mama no, they were not really beating me. Young papa one funny and not even a single day. No, one maybe. Me mama no only they were abumida. So the parental care, there was that element of check and balances. Ufrihin, ukohin, and then to know unkoha. So all these things were the things that were served as check and balances, and the boy made it silly true. And now you can say most of the guys. Some of them so say no more I didn't know omo adwen free so do me no more sorry you know. They say me office call no more about me ho. I mean comedy me obi mu omo hu me omo swerve. They know that we started together. I didn't tell you to pay me free mo. But sometimes my sister I always say me dey no edin yankopon. No that be because me kai time me bobo ewo lamakara lomeno. Me mia enyo obi an e say yankopon ni me kasa say I mean Kofi. My sister may catch a processor, and me free la makara, me be drew a plow, me faka be fee. You won't believe it. Me to mo say nyankopon et to me guide you. Say if only you listen well, and you say obey odobe kasao. There are some instincts about what feel say. I mean Kofi, who Kofi no follow the right processor. You get that. It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy at all.
It wasn't easy. And you say definitely say who follow process na. You get there. She said the TBR no, follow process no. Nyamebe bwana what's near rich
and then you must also avoid competition.
Yes.
So when we drew her no, I need to pray for you. And that is why I'm still where I am. In Siciano, whichever country that I want to go, I'll go. I was the former Ghana, hardboard deputy communications director. I was the one who did everything. And 2015 there was some serious stampede. I was the one who did everything as a journalist, as the communicator of the Hajj board. I've been to say Makoya Hajj almost about 5 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are those who send their mothers those days. I took my mother to the Hajj by the candidates of the Hajj board. There are so many things, and there is no country that me pay call. Any country. Even when I go to the embassy, sometimes we call interview now because they have already go to know who you are. Yes. So when you get there, they ask you so many questions that you will shock to your marrow. It's a process, it's not an event. And we are so see what as a marathon. Somebody will come and hand over the baton to you. My brothers in the studios here today, if they understand who they are, so I'm telling you, if they believed in themselves, one day they will not be in Ghana here. They will be with the BBC. We are Ghanaian journalists who have worked with BBC, with VOA. I mean, therefore, Juma Choice FM. Peter Clotte is currently with the VOA. Ibrahim Sanidara, he's my younger brother. He has worked with the BBC. So I don't know, it's a process, but how far do you understand? Once my sister forcing you force yourself, you get nowhere. Because naturally, no, Nyankopo am a different talent. I'm telling you, so sorry no be bad. To me, say yours is unique. So if you believe in your uniqueness and believe in what God has given you, you will never get yourself into any competition. In terms of compare me with people, I tell them, no. The person is better than me. The person is the best. because my style is different, your style is different.
Sure.
Why would I get into competition? And also Boami. I don't compete with anyone. I believe in my talent, I believe in my creativity, and I also believe in my innovation.
Inti yenhwe asa Jenny kakra about broadcast journalism na ba be fra yen komodie ni nti fade aka bia e wo sa side no eto aso na yenko.
Yes, I start here with Radio Gold. Keto Kreku, the current GFA president, my Ministry of Returns. One time, no, I was nobody. I was a novice, and then me drew ministry, no, me down for people. I don't introduce you to Kreku Mami, and I catch them call, Radio Gold. I was there with Tony Owusamofa, Dr. Kwame Banu Keto Kreku, and I started gradually. I want to movie called Choice FM. From Choice FM, a movie called Top Radio. I went and headed sports at Top Radio. Mini Bolare, I was with Bolare. Bolare Eko Joy FM. He was rejected and came to Top Radio. About Top Radio, there were so many challenges at Top Radio. He was the best DJ at the time. On the statue was Mr. was the head of sports, and then my friend and me called back to Choice FM. Me watch Choice FM one and Metro TV so before me. I was the very first commentator for Metro TV. And Oana me blended TV, radio. Also, I brought a lot of guys into the industry. That is one thing about me. And I wouldn't want to mention name. Majority of guys that you see them in the sporting industry, both the print, electronic, and what have you. Most of them, I give them the opportunity. Some of them I nurture them, I groom them, and I will be doing Inti Ohana Eja. TV, radio, and then Mohammed Amin Lamptey baso. Ohana boxing so boom. Boxing here was Metro TV. I started boxing. No, I started with commentary. My colleague Prince Anna was the ring announcer. If we do sometimes on one bar, I would double as the ring announcer and the commentator. One GB Ghana Boxing Authority. Or maybe family be ye Jumama Moses form ni. Or movie be Jumama Samira Captain. And I feel some Ibrahim Koten, as the communications director of Ghana Boxing Authority. Microphone can name you the leading ring announcer in Ghana. Some are even saying that not only in Ghana, across Africa, because microphone won't tell me video. The way I'm they believe that I'm the number one. There are a lot of ring announcers, and fortunately, I am also grooming a young guys who are coming up. They are doing fantastically well. Into women, HSL. Maybe Drew have gone through the process. I'm also a writer, I am a broadcaster, I'm a sports journalist, and what have you.
It's say young a broadcasting side in area no yamra or field or side as a lecturer.
As a lecturer, no, before as a lecturer, no, let me look at the angle as a PR practitioner. Okay. Because my cadre say I have my masters in PR. In Toronto, Morocco fast food ever farming. Sorry for mentioning the name. And I know very sure I'm coming to place advert on Loki TV. I'm in charge of their PR. Cases be brave. Number one, there was an issue about Pepe. Supervisor Beni ni subordinate ewa kitchen mo me and me sorry Gina so more musa na me defender man to stay in business. There was another gas explosion at the lab branch. Me and so and me new juma ama even Ghana Fire Service came and commended me. They gave me a tap on the shoulder. Juma me Ohana the big one 2 years ago, May 22nd, and on May 8th, I should say, and I'm food poisoning. I was the one who defended them. Almost about 7 billion Ghana cedis to FDA. Even FDA themselves asked them, how did they get me? Bankers shareholders say, how did they get? I've been with them for over 12 years now. Okay. And I defended them. Mawako was almost out of business. And from the PR perspective, no, it's an interest we buy for lecturing. And Penophobia me recommended me. My sister, this one day a blessing. One catcher me said they will call me to come and start lecturing. No preparation, nothing. Me one Friday me free, me come on pie buy. And I mean a call from one of the students catch him say, am I speaking to Mr. Amin Lamptey? Me say, yes. Say, we have class with you today. Class with me today? At where are you seeing me? So wow. Obi an country and cheme. Ohana HOD no so frame me. Mr. Amin Lamptey, your name is on the roster. You are lecturing today, level 300. And your 100, not 200.
300.
300. My sister, it's purely about communication, and the course is media and Muslim society.
Okay.
It's all about how you can take students who are pursuing journalism, PR, communication, marketing, HR, accounting. It's a general class. My sister and me sorry, man prepare me home, and then me home at the choir. Me choir and the HOD no introducing me my students no. I don't know how God reshaped me, molded me. So all that I did when the man introduced me of free honor, I just look at the name of the course. So many students, we define Muslim because the course is you're defining media and Muslim society. So we redefine Muslim, media, and society. Then I try to connect all these three components to all the courses, marketing, PR. I can't even remember how God shaped me. Madam, that is it. From that day, maybe in everything that you do in communication, one important thing is feedback. In the media, I made to me consult some of the students, and the students will say, "Hey, Mr. Amin Lamptey, your delivery is too good." I mean, won't say I'm a novice. I'm a juvenile on that platform. No sister. Me nya course outline no. Me develop a course outline no. Me nya areas I met me lecture nkola no. I went into a very deep research. The areas that I need to use to lecture them. That is it. From there, and the course back also come me for level 400. Okay, that is international communication system, and also a very, very tough course. Just last semester, we also had a frame, another course also. That is how do you call it? Internet and media reporting. Internet and media reporting. All these things are within communication. And to me, sister, in terms of the lecture, I can't see much. My past student, my current student, my colleagues' lecturers on campus, even those that are even with other universities, or more coming home. There was one thing that kept me highly motivated. That there was a discussion be also our league on campus, and when it comes to the issue of PR, my colleague lecturers were discussing me. Say, look, when I mean is on any media outlet talking about PR, he looks like he has taken you to the classroom. My sister, there's nothing more than this statement. A chance will be choska. Intellectually, there, a dibia nankopodi acheme. My man can't be true. A brand bia, they say, we took mine. Oko America, Gaddafi, where he say, or a designer. There was a day, me back, I'm sending motorbike, I say, and I'm a fan. Ever quite so. Yeah, Kono. I don't say, like I mean, people say, we are some back room. Crofwe come once, they say, I'm a student in the breed, or Mutimi Bami shop, no more come once, say, the way we lecture, no, a tomorrow muti be bias. Into me, besides the whole parliament at one corner. And they say, we are lecturing, they went and Kayamau. And I make catch as a friendly speaking. Parliament in the phone, but my catcher say, I prefer the lecturing than the parliamentary. And I'll say, yes. Because I say feedback on every student or no. I could be a member of parliament. People can say anything against me. People can vilify me. They can insult me. They can say so many things about me. But the lecturing, the good news never no. I say I agree with you. So funny there. Because there are some private universities who want to push me. I'm telling you, because they see when it comes to journalism, communication, PR, and marketing, because one advantage I have practicalized it before.
Okay.
In terms of practice, I was adiano. Into theory, also into me, junior student in I know what to do at what time. And yes, I not that I'm blowing my trumpet. It is one thing that I will inform everybody that, look, when you have the practical experience and you go into theory, your delivery will be different. My brothers are more studio or more handling camera. I'm telling you, now practically they have the knowledge. Because of the advent of internet and technology and AI, that is artificial intelligence, if I be time, they will not be in the studio.
Sure.
We don't need them here because of AI. When you have the practical experience and add it to theory, you go far. And it's as I say, who say Ghana, socially, economically, politically, academically, when you have people who don't have these two combination, there's a problem. That is why you have somebody coming to be in the studios as a host or hostess. The person will be beating about the bush. The person will be messing up because the person has no ethic. Because majority of Ghanaian journalists in this country, almost research I had last one, almost about 85, they are untrained. People, because they can talk, they can speak the language, they are eloquent, become profono, tricasano motemeka, then they back on radio so and TV so and no. And that is why we have the problem. But if you have gone through the process, through the mill, academically you have the qualification, you understand that there are ethical values governing what you do the right things at the right time. But so yes, ethics, that is why you have somebody coming to the studios under air condition or kasa no sweating. That tells you the person is untrained. Because when you are delivering, your tonation is very significant. And then the way you even talk, the delivery, choice of words, it is very important. Into my sister, Nyankopon, for the lecturing aspect in there, because I have never expected it. Look, the same say there are people who are even saying, calling me from the United States because they know I can even easily have access to the United States. Almost say, if I come to the United States, I'll become a billionaire. Canada also the same thing. Just about a couple of weeks ago, we have some visitors from the United States. One of my bosses, who's Tomo. Me just at the 11th hour. My office made you man or friend, so I mean, Brebramania, I hope you be me bear some small dinner be more. My sister, I wish you were there. Me could do honor. We organized the place. I moderated my MC program. Could you believe it? They are from Chicago. The president, at the end of the program, she encountered with me and said, "Look, my brother, look, take my number." And about also a lecturer. They introduced him as a lecturer. No. Students, so they are almost about 14 or 15 or mobile from Chicago. The way I mean, he also gave me his contact. My sister, this is the feedback I'm talking about. It's the same feedback. We share studio more preamble. No, and my feedback say you are photogenic and you are very good. You are very intelligent. But hey, sometimes the feedback, you have to scrutinize the feedback. Feedback no bar. Men team when code be one name was feedback no ebi wo ha ebi ono na wo na wo feed no obi wo ha ope some just because when sister now well sa feedback will be very, very careful. There are some feedback they will rather going to push you and get off the rails, but there are some feedback that will help you to correct your mistakes and move on. Me no you are correcting me papa, sure. But for kase I make kase crowd, but there was a time that obi sa time am appear say peace FM by and we were those who started with them with the sports. I was one of their regular panelists. There was a lady who called and said that the reason why she hate me is that when I'm speaking the tree, me the bro for a cajon. Oh no, so they didn't know. Awesome. Now, so Nyanko for the now. Then as a pastor with the bedruha. A program, how much me free, a shallow tree. Me free around 5:30, and I'm happy to be here. Sure. Me drive here home, me do her, me direction, me for. You see, when I came, I'm so happy. Lucky TV. Matum once a match. Me be home hospital no. I'm a meniaji a brosokra. And you know the Nyankopon kwane better na se. That's it. It's the yenre side the say sports no. The air boxing no udi can be say ban say oh ma commentary ultimu say yes niema ekoye say oh your ring announce and so ultimu say emu edda ho and also no say the worker say e ban lecture na e ya chede a obetimi abosti of no yenhwe boxing and sports in society a chede the same thing me media no there everything that I do my sister I'm telling you Nkrofo invite me for MCing and moderation. When you give me your program running order, me I can say you wait through for wishing. Me be drew so na me run program na mawa. You know, logically, creatively, me to my society am on it. I have never hosted or run a show that we and Crawford and be bonfire mommy. A gift. Maybe the day I chat I'm telling you, until they be me catch on Crawford say me some man then yanko pasia. Yanko so me see me brepa. Anything that I do. Because I have that element of reading in between the line. Until I me book programmer, I don't waste my time. Until I me free fear how much you know. I don't want to get here at 8. They say I'm sure quite able look at television. Debbie. I knew say other programs will precede program AM. I know as a broadcaster, I cannot be in the studio for 3 hours or 2 hours. No. Intimate tell me but now reception also program so I'm sure or TV soon. I've learned a lot. That is how it should be. Intimate but I say chadie. Nankopon in that chairman. Whatever that I see, say me who say me say mayor, I'll do it. And it's a lecture you soon. Me started from me collaborate. Me to me call ye dechi. Let me kitamba. Ada eche was school no. Let me the abubono say my student. I be whipping them. I came to the community. I came and I was teaching evening classes. Intellectually by me say no something that God himself imbibed in me when I was a kid. And I do say, but life is all about humility. Humility, patience, and forgiveness. Me no, to me so a brandy I yemi. I will be the first person to say hi to you. Okay. And it has happened to several people. There was one person, I don't want to criticize him here, it's my friend. He is one of the prominent journalists. There was a program that I did on television. On a call social media, so the Dimatem or say me English then. Me only be share program here. I was the MC, a very big event. Need 3 hours from you start and way. Yes. Nobody should feel say it's infallible. Man cannot say yes, share no. The way I introduced no crap on it really he had a shock. He had a shock or surprising the way I introduced him. Nempeni foku kudama mba hono. Enyagro kra. So say nempeni for political uto mudin sesiano. None of them, most of them have MC event with their presence and they know how I go about things. Inte nyanko point a chadi na nyanko dia cheme. Inte midana se pa.
Indeed, yenre still I will say oh football no 13 years and
15 years.
15 years
yeah.
Rather 15 years. It doesn't say ugusu a footballer as I say they would
say there
hangi boot
say ma hangi boot ache men kola na eja omo peja omo so kakra me dem aja even sometimes problem ba kono me free fear anapa ahumache me be feel so late intimi ko exercise afi na last na me catch me say me hu say I don't know peja eba man hwe ya be ha me pa intimi start I'll start
edi hangi boots na ya de ebo football no boxing and so
no boxing there yagusu but when it comes to practicing as a journalist I'm still with it. Me write articles me to me are student I'm teaching students and most of these sports journalists I take them through the process. They say I say I need to start organizing seminars. My organizing back for sports journalists they are mobile. I know they've learned a lot about boxing know that things that you need to understand about boxing, the scoring system, any the terminologies, because they say no overcome politics. You need to know that there are terminologies that you have to use. Ebano maybe corporate communication, there are terminologies. Ebano economic, there are terminologies. Maybe I want terminologies. But in Ghana today, somebody can even use terminologies meant for economic, for politics. Into boxing and football in there, I'm still with it. I'm still a practicing journalist, but that's I'm waiting to consultancy in PR and marketing. And then lecturing more than anything.
It's the Ebusia near any dim como and pay a Hamedica catch or say, Nitima Bobil. You be seeing near Mahoodwa at your friend in chain, or friend in Coma would run in some of the workana. A chair say, or war, and it's swadi home. Na say, you're funny some would run a beer. If it's me, I was a mebunua yerba, Sinny pa. ye hyase abobra na yakodum pempen so ya ni beje ho na se owura Mohammed Amin Lamptey ana ene ne edin komo na hyase efri na brabom ye kase ommo ne ho komo a wo ye hwan wo hyase bebia na wo fi no wama eho no influence no wama eho no aha no ama ne wosenka otimi achieve in life no wa achieve ene wa achieve de wo pa gusua ekona ni mu se obetimi aye bia ka ho ode yen aba befa ne lecture mu kakra wo kire se eye talent eye nyame enti wutie ne kase mo ani nyina no o se nyame enti we kire wo se yentimi nyi nyame free abrabo yemfa ne enka ho ye de ne ka ho a ebetimi aboa ye baaye eba behwe boxing mu kakra ye di emu enkomo journalism mu nso no ye di mu nkomo baby o hyase free and still ne ugusu ye ni PR mu nsem o kan kakra e de famu ente na yesua bibi na ye de aboye bra akoye nim ene afeye ntinsim na member communication and politics enti communication no eye asem a ejina on its own a very broad politics nenso ejina ho enti yembreki ebehase e de free communication ye ka communication a wankasa wo ye communicator ya wo te communication say whatever ma boy ye na kire ye ne ya hwefo
na say ye kind of communication is very simple adia wo be ye ama obi ato ase and a lot of people more ye kind of communication omoka say kasankwa na communication. No, we have verbal, non-verbal, and written communication. We have body language communication. But historically, Osha communication, your ancestors, no more time, no, they were using symbols and monuments to even communicate. That's our time, no, and to say a name. Into communication, atadebia obeshano, what communicating. Spectacle menu we have communicated. Maybe mine could not be a problem, maybe and say be a medical way. Maybe I would be a medical. So you have communicated. As the earrings are you have communicated. Hairstyle, you have communicated. Into utina sesana, you will know that before you make a move to communicate, you need to know why are you communicating, to whom are you communicating, what are you expecting from the person who is going to receive your communication. When your feedback now, how are you going to react on it? When you understand now, what is the main reason for the communication? When you understand now, better say, "Oh, shey yamma me no wo ye nkola say yamma me omunya ahoa omoba satam no bu say yes I say misbehave." They will never utter a word. Omudi enim ba ko pe omoye ni say a obejai. They have communicated.
Sure.
So but today a lot of people think say radio social media we say and we are communicator. No, there are so many things that you do. Look, a politician can wear a dress. The dress obeshano ebetime amane winning elections. It's not about what people will say. Somebody will put out something on social media that could cause your defeat. If you unim na uda obebi na onopa kono say o Amin Lamptey. Amin Lamptey is vying for Ghana presidency. Now the bibi akoshe na same di depending on the audiences. In communication no it depends on who are you communicating to. When it comes to PR, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to science, when it comes to everything, it's about who are you communicating to. What in assessana, you do the right thing at the right time.
Inti sir, ye can't yasamuna bomuna ya communication and politics. Said ye can't want semina. Ubeka say we a English. Putokasem. Na say ye breaking it down. Na yatia communication and politics. It's that day a candle.
Well, when it comes to communication and politics, sometimes the most important factor, it is not about the source. Maybe assembly free, but is the content of the message and the delivery.
Okay.
To see an almost almost say me MPP, me NDC, me CPP, me so and so. So the source is not all that important. The most important thing is the content. And then so we better radio so or kasa the content anywhere, the person will mess up. He will get off the rails. We have corporate communication. We have environmental communication. We have economic communication. We have political communication. We have marketing communication. When you want to talk about politics, you know what to say. Because in politics, we have almost about 3 angles when it comes to communication. We have upward, and then we have downward. The upwards, you're paying for to see how much campaign. They are communicating with the audiences, the citizens. May you say, it is castle come there. Mention all those things. These are all political gimmicks and crofua because they want to win, because they want to influence the citizens. John Muhammad so when I come out do this way so be Canada. And there is the free Asiano Ekosro. Who citizens they also have concern. Usha TV and now radio so me tie the omo friends this year some of them were talking about their problems. Then you have the horizontal. The horizontal in political communication party A, party B ekasa. Party B ni electoral commission ekasa. Party A ni oyinso ekasa. That is horizontal. By ecos rebel from government or politicians are communicating with the citizens. Every when you understand it that way, you will know what to do at what time. But in our political communication, because people are not ready to learn, so they just go out there masquerading. Or more to say I'm a political communicator. Sure. Meanwhile, political party as a political party, you must have a way of having the content of your message. It must go through production. Who are the people within our communication spectrum? Our Montana, they will go and speak to you. They will be on Hausa Kasa. Ever. So when you know them, you know how to arm them and let them understand, say, this is the way to go about it. Your posturing, your demeanor, your body language is very key. But what do we see today? And then Rwanda, and if I go pen or call radio so, or can't some bako, and then must have them a buyer. Ghana, we are taking this for granted because Ghana is a prayerful country. But I'm saying, say, Adia Kosu and a young Shaya, you'll be surprised because look at our journalists who are into political communication. Most of them must go back to school to understand, say, political communication is not about emotions. It's not about who you are supporting. It's about the content of your delivery. As a journalist, you must be fair, balanced, and very objective in your delivery. My sister, when it comes to political communication, as a journalist, there are 3 key things that need to guide and protect whatever that you do. Number 1, professional responsibility. Professional, you must make sure say you live by your profession, the rules and regulations that govern you. Number 2, legal responsibility. Mine wo ka say metna ha na me fra wudia man fra ni yi na me go ka sama etewa, you have the chance of taking me to court. Legally I will fall into what we call defamation. So defamation man hwe yi a e da sembeba. And then the final one is social responsibility. Social responsibility on crofo mo hwe no a mo tie no. Some of them are better than you. Some of them are well qualified than you. You've just gotten the platform. And they believe in you, they trusted you. In assembly, it will help them to grow politically. As a journalist, you will do the right thing. But what do we see today? You have a journalist on radio and television castigating, vilifying people. He's being critical. No. When you are critical and analytical on issues, my sister, everything that you do will be very fair. Party A, Party B will say, oh, this man has been very fair. We know that we've goofed, we've done something wrong. Let's correct it. But it is about time that friend who say we are communicators, and a journalist I also can politicians who are also practicing, democracy in this country, and the politicians, you may even have some ministers, members of parliament, who are not really good when it comes to communication. They appear on television, and then when you listen to them, some of them I can't even listen to them, but we realize that they did not prepare before coming to the studios. In political communication, never take things for granted. Never feel say, oh, media me drew me, Debbie. Take your time. When I'm coming to Lucky Television, I need to know the audiences. It's likely the chunk of the audiences are coming from a community. And tell me, I need to know how to communicate with them to understand me. In my communication, there is a situation where I'm educating them, so it's what educative. So maybe I am programming idea. It's all about educating the public about my political party. So know that when you come, all the things that you say under political communication is education, or I'm coming to inform them is informative. So what I say, maybe I'm coming to tell them about certain things that they don't know about. It could also be interpretative, because I am coming to interpret. Interpretative, it should say, I don't know, or more they misconstrued, they misinterpreted it. Into my appearance on this show under political communication, I'm coming to help them to understand it. But there are some of them that you need to break it into certain areas for them to understand it. There are some situations that is entertaining. You say, it's part of political communication. It's part of political communication. And there are situations that when you are reacting to issues, you need to calm down your nerves. It is not a fight. It is not a battle. When they are in the studios, you see them shouting, raising hands, wanting to beat. No. It's a game. And political communication is about you trying to influence, persuade the public for them to understand what you are bringing to them. It's not about you forcing them. Debbie. And what our political communicators should understand, that with the advent of social media, political communication has changed. The paradigm has been shifted. It's not like before. And as someone 8 years ago, 4 years ago, people are bringing them back. You ask yourself, hey, is it so? And then you have to be careful. Rest assured, say China, they'll bring it. Into what I'm trying to tell them is that in political communication, you must understand that it must go through the process. A process of, look, the story idea. This is the idea that I have. How would I turn it into news story? A banoswa, how would I take it through the process? When you take it through the process, you understand that, okay, this is what I'm going to deliver. Share it to your colleagues. Not that at the end of the bar, Obia AD, may call a TV station and make it different. And also call B station or cut different. Meanwhile, we all belong to one political party. It is not the best. So these are just a preamble for political communication.
Inti election year. Definitely your politicians and political parties are would no omugusua communicating. So there now work sometimes communications maybe not say almost some will be almost kanya na a hard no. Ye call your name as country Ghana. And your politics and your politicians now say no one see and communicate here or the worker say sometimes they want man a yat say no and conquer say na yen so Ghanaians no ye bet see who say the nipakono or communicate as some way na or can.
You see, I just want to use one or two things. Friend, just opposing me analysis. Viewers should forgive me. We are here to educate ourselves. Wow, a band political communication and party in opposition must have a different strategy. Yeah, you must have a different strategy. Your delivery must be different from the opposition. Sometimes we have what we call spirit of silence in political communication. You don't apply, you apply some of them at the right time. A banner can be beer. If you're an expert in political communication, you don't comment, no reaction. So that's it. And then we must also understand, say, we have almost about 4 communicators when it comes to politics.
Okay.
Number one, we have aggressive communicator. Aggressive communicator no, or you'll be a kasa. Ubu say ultimate hand na ma sweaty. O kasa na me page my voice. Maybe I'm more be a person microphone say me ho. That is an aggressive communicator. And then we have passive communicator. Passive no, no, on kasa wo. Ye ba ye betna siduwa ye kasa on kan hwe. Bo opia, obakasa o na me wo sidan kan me say me nkase. Passive. These are the most dangerous communicators in politics. They will not talk. And these are the people that many times they mislead you. If we are policies of the political party of the government, you know, they cannot comment you. Obedi. Say see anu e pray abonteno. Afa no bu so kasa. Passive communicator. And the third one is passive aggressive. The combination of passive and aggressive communicator. Very, very dangerous communicator. And then we have one of the recommended one, assertive. Assertive communicator no, and you know you'll be a what no wase. When you say me party no, this is our vision, this is our mission, this is our purpose, and this is our target. In terms of kasa e o mamu bia, me dress and me dress no, the way I make kasa no, choice of words no, me tonation no different. Me baka so and so me kasa, it is different. Me call TV so me kasa different. Me call radio so different. Me be share story so different. So when you understand that way, that is an assertive communicator. That is why there was a time that I was making the point on a sister TV station that what happened in Kumasi was monumental. Tama I go introduce Napo as the running mate for Dr. Mohammed Amin. It was an excellent platform that MPP should have utilized. But me to my catch say, from my perspective, as an expert in political communication, they never utilize it. Number one, and Americano, in marketing, in political marketing, the current president, you know, somebody might even say that is just an outmoded commodity. In Toronto, I'm share your collanchi drips me Independence Square, no. And I'm happy to have seen that when the president was delivering, behind him, the picture behind him is the picture of Baumia. Yes, this is political communication. Into what I'm trying to say here is that the president shouldn't have gone to Kumasi and introduced Napo to the Santehene. No. So the president is almost at the verge of moving out of office. Baumia is taking over the mantle. Into I was saying Baumia. Because Baumia chusu running me to know. Nana Akufo-Addo or not chusu Baumia. And near Baumia chusu no now no being a chusu man. Even though to go through some 1 or 2 processes in penny for bedroom at 2 months, he has no business in introducing, Napo to Asantehene. That is number one. So that one, there's a problem there. I would have wished the president would have allowed Baumia to personally say that Asantehene, me na me hu nkrofo dɔɔso na so me yi nephew say onye me running mate, then that would be very good. The president would have come out with maybe vote of thanks now do be ase. And then look at Asantehene, very assertive communicator. She has some what the Napo or advice. So say I had an interaction with you behind the scene. In the closed doors, they say, these are the things people are saying. In political communication, it's an advantage for Napo. Napo, if I were Napo would have applied spirit of silence. No, I wouldn't have talked. A baby, you're introducing me to men, so platform I also call or create one of the most monumental problem Medima Patino. Say, former president, the first president, compared to Nana Akufo-Addo, he has done better than former president. Why this comparison? Adwoa, he has shot himself in the foot. And Americano, he should have kept muted. Should have kept muted because as I tell you, elogizo or kasa we ni papa we say men kasabium. Omoko do sa big platform. If I were him, I would have said thank you very much for coming. Help me to thank Vice President Mohammed Amin and the President for helping me to go through the process. Now you know that Alan Chamantin, he has break true. They say only party no more. If I were him, that one and other issues on him say internal no, he would have brought them to the fore and say ana ye mi de me patro say me rapini alan chairman teni de mo kaka no obi ambra na ye boy anu ba ko yenye ba ko nenko. Napo would have by now no, he would have been the best guy moving smoothly without any question mark. Before he came, no, there were so many question marks. That is for the MPP. And as an American, everybody has one or two flaws. Look at NDC. Look at when Professor Nana Pukajo, when she was introduced to the nation, the way she spoke. Go back and look at what she said. And a share. John Mohammed Amin Media no. Go back and watch the video. I'm not saying it. Go and look at Nema or share. Response to the questions and the demeanor and the feedback from the media. Go and do your own analysis. I'm not the one who's going to ask you to do that. And that is political communication. You can see, say, media no bisa question now. Then the camera will be pan on Nipakona will bisa question no. The mama answer question now. You will see the person nodding the head in appreciation, in agreeing with the answers that he gave. Until these are the things that all of us need to understand. Say, we learn from each other. When party A does something, learn from them. When party B does something wrong, don't go and repeat the same mistakes. Sometimes I listen to some members of parliament who have been in office for 2 terms or 3 terms. Or money incoming MP, some debate and now we are. The way they behave, sometimes I don't understand them. You need to calm down your nerves. You are already in the office. You already have your support base. Now you are trying to see whether you can get the neutrals. Because other parts, they are still there. You want to get neutrals to join you. Political party piano. And again, there's a possibility that some of your people might go into skirt and blouse. How do you keep them, retain them? But say we are live on television and radio. This is not political communication. And so we must understand that political communication is very, very, very effective. And you can do it orally, you can do it by writing, you can even do it with just this spectacle we share here. You have communicated politically. And there's one thing that a lot of people are forgetting, that with the advent of social media, political communication has been added to political marketing. Because in as much as I'm communicating, I am also marketing myself. And that is when we share all the politicians now, the dressing, maybe their movement, body language, demeanor, footwork, it shows that they are marketing themselves.
Indeed, what can marketing? Tell me, say your election year, your politicians, no, campaigns. I would one with a brief one said, where they can't cabiano. More campaigns. I would one hour more a said there was some Mokasana Sana or Mokasa Ewasiano, and I say a Yabro, so said the Ghanaians, expecting.
And yeah, I see it's lack of awareness and lack of knowledge in political communication. Some of us who are into this field, we are even advising that it is very good that if you want to become an expert in political communication, you must have PR background. When the PR background, it's all about public relations. Public relations, so and any public speaking echo. Me know I'm also lecturing, me teaching public speaking. I don't know companies that to me invite me. Yes, public speaking. You may even have somebody who is a very big man, the CEO of an organization. If I can to me, I will take you through the process. I will know how to design your speech for you. I will take you through some coaching. You'll be surprised that when you go to the crowd, you deliver. In political communications, you must make sure, say, you must underline everything that you do, underpin PR. We understand where to go, how to go about it, how to deliver it, how to get the feedback, work on it, and then make a follow up. And again, young ministers no need and penny for no more our politics. One thing that they have ignored is diplomatic communication. Diplomatic communication is key, because we have political communication in PR. No one for diplomatic communication can one and wow. And that is why I'm saying that Napo should have applied diplomatic communication at the time. Diplomatic communication at the same. Say, oh no, be a kasa. Mawakasano. You know, there should be that kind of element of respect, humility. Say, I know catch up. Say, I mean, me say, unye say, mami. Me the other bar in diplomatic communication. Even if you don't like that thing. One can say, I mean, what they would in your crime, but they because say, oh, I mean, I dare would buy the every say F a power. Now, so I dare me say, Sarah, dear, me here no say, diplomatically you have communicated. But if it's all about condemnation, who condemn me, I dare me, you are not communicating diplomatically. Into your penny for no. In as much as they have their vision, they have their mission, they must look at their content and they must also add diplomatic communication and PR. So say, omo kasa no be yamomo.
Yata say, ebusia enche ye bia homana tum na ya mawa wo hwe yen e wo fie nso akwanya de ne ye di nkomo se de be ya ya manyofo no ebe communicate na o china bi na abato yi mo ne afi mo ne nkonkofo how bi ma no ye bia homa na tum 0263404018 0263404018 yesra ne de mu ne ahobrase mu ofran a wo TV na wo hwe yen e wo so no na wo low volume no de amayen na mobile phone no ya communicate e de afem ya dinkita ho na de nkomo no de afem ye da sese obaye ne sa e de amayen ye da se enti Ora Mohammed ye hwe ade we nso se ye de ye nipa wodo mienu ya amanyokuo kese political parties ahodo ye kese wo manmu NDC ne MPP a momo mutu franka na say Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia NPP na fenso no former president John Dramani Mahama wono so ewo NDC no ye hwe omienu no omo communication no mame fa ofrefo yimbra na fe ya to so hello.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Mbashete.
Nyame adom pacha me ho ya na so e.
Nyame adom boko. En anope de mo genius na mo channel no so pa.
Ya da se.
Honorable Amin Lamptey.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm really proud of you. Menyaje pa for a long time I've just been looking for you. But let me say what for she baby a upo it my tendency. Truth be told, for comparison now, in communications is the reality on ground. I'll just give it thumbs up and then keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Ti yada se offer for so do de neba nti mami bi sama sama mi bi sasa say ye compare sa nipa mienu ye papa no mienu ye ra no mienu ya omo communication we ka say why na ye hwa ye eto Ghana for some ebeboa ye omo ntwa so no monye nsa.
No, and it depends on the topic.
Okay.
It depends on the topic, no. Now you see, if you want to compare JDM ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the difference is too wide when it comes to politics.
Me sure, Mama Imra. Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing great.
Please, your name and where you are calling from?
I'm talking to. I'm coming from Amasama. My name is Charles.
Charles. Okay, let's listen to you.
I want to ask your guest there that will he advise Mr. Napo to, whatever platform that he gets from now, to say sorry to the public about what he said, so that, and then try and apply what he said about Alan Tremantin, so that things will change.
Okay, thank you for
na platform bi aso a onka se o ebi ada no asem bi se ametan me nuanom be sorry na onsan enkasa bibin fa Tremantin ho ansa ne bi a wa ye di program ana
ya tenti watro obe ansa dia mo ye da say. Okay.
Let's begin with Dramani Mahama. Was started as unit committee member, moved to assembly member, moved to parliament, deputy minister, vice president, president. Was study history. our university, and then communication at the master's level and all that. So if you look at the experience in politics, when it comes to real political communication, we shouldn't be free. Let's look at Baumia. Baumia was an economist. Okay, so what I say.
Mr. Your callers too in my phone number. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Odini baby. I'll fry your fee.
But your friend Adwoa Awoahene Acheampomaa.
What's your into?
Maybe a fat a person can say, Papa, no, Madame, because you cut the movie. I can say, Papa, my dear, and the prayer has been continued to the bomb about the Shamo. We did not educate, but the other Shamo.
Yes, so yeah, that's young Fred. You do on hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Madam.
Me Pastor Odini baby. I'll fry free. Nyame adom.
Juan George. We can tell Papa. Israel.
Right, George, you.
You share a lecture in some more kind na who said of baby noise over. But yet in lecture what was some of our bomb go for so to some of no or so to family. Some say econo. Also, Ocasio over over 2 hours and sana mobile studio or hotel session. Some of your couple be na o TV. Now, Ghana, your politics, you know, I say politicians is capacity, but the young appearance so by what they want to be put out, when they watch it, and walk come do. But the people who saw your more, 1 year more. As soon as catch them in Rano, on a never just watch it, Matrabamo. If you are promising me, so the one district, $1 million at the back. Now, so, Usha, the Bupakupo, in Yejuma. Maybe she okoye 1 village 1 dam. Also ukowa sisia ngoko na 54. The very no chese waye. Sandi pe ya be just na so to abama no. Ebi I mistake do something ya dina concern attraction. Eno ko transfer we say no. Nyama we ogbapo o sisi nyama bia asa na offiso. Ye do no na edi mu na 10 more ko. No aba o no sa suba ma sam. My say, sending you when 60 hospitals, why not?
That's it. I know the out the by. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Odini baby. I'll fry your fee.
Good morning.
Pacho lower TV and I name commanding for mobile phone named Michelle.
My lord, good morning.
Morning, Papa. Odini baby. I'll fry fee.
You're telling Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed not to.
Oh, okay.
I never come better than say, no kind of could be say, would you, Mahama, any Kufadu, or Munjima, no Mubay, the wood to them. Because also, Papa Mahama, I came out of the real no. I can't make Kufadu the year. To take Kufadu to do Mahama, dear. Any you, Mahama, the way Jima to be Kufadu. I never call it parents when you say, for the Oba, no fear, Tificasso, now so comedy. It is special comedy, but I didn't hear today. I told you, so I said, "Who are not my saying? Tell your mama, be over there. What may never be to mama."
Yeah, that's say bringing to ban now about the top. I said the bear for France to be Quenya. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who didn't baby out for a fee?
Very Latif, Mr. Pitaway.
Latif, Yentio.
Okay, if I talk to them, I'm feeling so that I'm moving. Yeah, Papa, Wakasafa, Wamaya, who said, community, and I am far away. Now, the second design the wire lecture is Obia S. Fever. Now, Uncle Investor, of the own senior communicator in this year. First degree of Ekina.
Okay, Pacho, I jotted it down. See, obey and no dear Moya say. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Fine morning.
Miss Rodini baby, I walk as a fee.
Ebi
enti akotia boko de.
Akotia boko anope.
Yetio.
Yeah, mani chia anope. Ene ma no so kana de wakata. Mani chia fefu ni na anope. Ebe ni ameka che da na po ani se. Wakata na wona se watiklem. Anda John Dramani mama peso. Ene nne. Se atiklem no ebi se yana. Obi abeka ni obeka. Beti bisa wo. Abẹ́yìn báyìí ìsẹ́ńbẹ̀ ní káṣírẹ̀ o So I say that when you are told to get on the money, Mama, person once, and then the whole market I was on the same. That's true. And now you're on the same, your Mama says, and then that's true, you're on the same. Don't I need to do what you about what I said. I've been touching you now when you need to tell me, that's all I know. And what time?
Ebi, yeah, that's it. I know the out by. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Miss Rowdini, baby, I'll offer a fee. Oh, said I made kaka and Miss Row say, oh, for a program, this one, I saw her on TV, and so not one lower volume, Nadia Maye. Mobile phone now, the fray, no. You bet me a dim commoner at your firm, na et Simiabua. And see, or I mean, okay, my main file offer for a member. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss Rowdini, baby, I'll offer a fee.
You're from name called Casafi Winniba.
But so, Papa, ain't you?
Nana Kupado, Naimia, who are bad Ghana for Papa. One versus one fashion. It considers the $1 billion. You don't miss. If I don't know why I had it. And that's for the one I had to go. That Ghana especially schools, them industry, visible. One year, MP to what that comes to not what it said. Tell you
Yate, Papa, yada say, and see yede of Renesi, yaba studio back, Nafe, Ora Mohammed Amin Lamptey, and Samona, Yibisa Yenibi, no way yano de man, as no be yano, mammy, inform us some way and Kaunafi, what answer at their questions and home. Ye communicate our election year mono, a bit to me, annam, a beer. Your politicians no communication be so ama violence be as said your one kasa wo kasa no o kan Rwanda de see and a bit me am so violence be as e wo ye memo
undoubtedly and any name man kofu be brace so sesiano because communication no microphone tiase and na make no sometimes it's like give and take and it's how we know we denied idea about who did tie so we are not good listeners. When you are a communicator, be a good listener, be a good writer, be a good speaker. When you listen carefully, we are in the process of maybe coming out with the person's perspective. You were asking me earlier about John Mahama and Bawumia. Bawumia was there because he was not really a typical politician. He was picked by the president and on obey running mate. He's an economist. Siana opijano who very we are about politics. So when it comes to political communication, undoubtedly, let us be fair. John Mahama has gone through the mill. And a Mekano, assembly member, unit committee member, member of parliament, deputy minister, vice president, president. No, he has gone through the mill. He understands how to go. And only is somebody who has studied communication. So I said, but idea is coming. But you see, the most important thing is that they must have people at their background. That before they go to any event, they must work on their speech. There are some events that when you go at this time, don't believe in your memorization. Say, you mess up. Look at the president yesterday. Look at the president yesterday. In political communication, the president has goofed big time, and this can even take the steam out of him, because mentioning John Dramani Mahama on a platform that instead of you mentioning Bawumia, somebody might even hear that one and the person would off the television. The apology might not come. The last time was about Lamptey. You see, so and then I make concept political communication. It's not about you being an expert. When you are going on any political platform, prepare. Who could defend you political party? Prepare. Don't call you I would advise them. When you are coming on air to come and comment on about an issue, take your time. Don't be emotional. So it can be about your party, NDC or MPP. Don't be in a race. Relax. Submit them. Kasa okano. Ebia obi etio show. Over the pakona vutrama. But so when you are too emotional in political communication, it may take the steam out of you. Obi a kind of person.
Is it Michelle? Over answer question.
Okay.
Proud to my way. About the recently the Abayan norm our politics a debate.
Okay.
I said we call it for debate. We say me say menko. Sabre no. Yes sir, ye be say debate no. Ye be argue who say here say debate no. And I feel back on about violence bia your politicians no communication bit meet the violence bia but recently Kenya the no and also bia na kokoba santi ye two questions na fe
about debate it is all about public discourse. It depends on the way you go about it. So organize who ye na ne pa kono offer debate no every position no ho if there's that element of fairness and I make catch on journalistically young journalists and other stakeholders in politics in this country, if we have people who are very neutral, you know, say where they are neutral or organize a debate between Amin and my sister, fair deal. But say track record nature say you've been biased, you've been this, you've been that, you know, the person can decide not to come. And there are some situations that people would want to apply propaganda techniques. That is one thing people don't know about political communication. MPP applied name calling. Even throughout 2000 or mobile with President Kufuor, they used name calling. Omoye say, Omoye disika, Omoye say, and Omobaye. NDC apply what we call bandwagon. They apply bandwagon and come back to power. And it says, say, baby, do there, you are correcting mistakes, Obiambe joining it, and then they've won the elections. Nana Akufo-Addo also applied name calling. And then I mean more examples, you know. Mama is inefficient, Mama is incompetent is this. These are all name calling. And then there is normal in politics. You can't blame anybody. You can use that one. We have testimonial, we have name calling, we have agenda setting. There are so many techniques I use. But now we share in political parties now, they don't apply the propaganda techniques. Look, we have three types of propaganda. We have black, we have white, and then we have gray. Propaganda is not a bad thing. The way people perceive it is a technique that you use in communication to be able to churn out your information and make sure that it gets to the right people.
Your time ninti.
Into kase about the violence.
Na fe we answer your callers ne dey na wo show.
Violence ne dey. I can feel it. It depends on how stakeholders would play their cards, especially the EC. EC, no, because last elections, no, if you have the chair coming out with about 6 results, it tells you that people are quite a bit skeptical. So EC must work out things and make sure say results no be clear. Results no be diana you be compare is clear, no any problem.
Okay.
So that's the answer I call the Sunni TV so kasano yen hwe yen kasano before we go we must look at what we say. And the media outlets and you be an friend about TV so radio so some of them when I listen to them I feel worried. It is about time that you must look at your editorial policy. Lucky TV no be an invitation say ombra yen hwe the background and I yen hwe napodia na okano adeni see you know. The first thing that they should have done was to come and apologize. But the media officer, no, he came and he was defending the indefensible. On yes, I know, and information me by saying Napo apologize. Napo apologize, and a former chairman, a buyer. On also because they say, I somehow can anybody be. So you see, that is why I make us say sometimes in political communication, you blend it with PR. PR, in anything that you do in PR, when it happens, you look at your organization, you look at the person you are defending and come out and admit, say, I didn't see. That was what I did. When I did that one, I deflate all the passions that people had with the issue. We understand now. So this communication. Also, we are students who say political communication. No, I think that you can get in touch with Lucky Television. My sister will get back to me. I can direct you, I'll give you some tutelage and give you some guidance that will take you to become a political communicator.
It's no, I don't know. Finally, we got some final words. I would DJ viewers na yama.
Maybe the only thing is that I'm super excited today. Time I made the free film, maybe drew Lucky Television. I'm super excited. With studio, I've worked with so many TV stations. I've appeared on so many TV stations. My studio is very excellent, and I will share the way I'm gonna call us Hebano. And that is one thing I will tell you. You know, the CEO owns a hospital, Morani advert for the drugs and all that. Maybe I call us a free bano. In broadcasting, it's a huge advantage to you. But it's also be crab free commerce. So it means that Lucky Television is one TV station that you can rely on for quality broadcasting, for good delivery. That will help you to be educated. Sure. On that note, callers are more calling in and I know some of my students are watching me. Some are sending messages. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to everybody who has listened to me. I'm going to organize some seminars on political communications. You know, later in the next 2-3 weeks, I will link up with Lucky Television. Okay. Maybe they will serve as one of my media partners, so that anybody who is interested can join and be educated about political communications. I'm most grateful.
Inti yeda say say what jebre na woni ebedi nkomo and no my yesam bebre we've learned a lot.
Producer also the mon channel ma me pa.
Yeah, practice it.
Producer o ha me pa nya grow. It was on my neck. And I want to thank him so much.
Inti honestly you're grateful. Yes, you're grateful say you total for no.
Thank you very much.
Yeda se pa. Inti na say ebusua ahai ane e de ndem nkomo twetwe political communication in Ghana and they know yebekoswa niesua bidi akawo se de be ya yebehu hawa yebe communicate yempe violence yempe basabasa yempe ibi pese ye election ni peaceful as usual peaceful eno ne ade ye hia e de free omai emo enti ora Mohammed Amin Lamptey or a lecturer ana anopai in the dinkomo na say Islamic University College and eno edinkomo science so ye experts in political communication. And we said or communicating out in Musampa. Experts said their colleagues and they cannot even say Nitsima Bobio said their midi kind a kayeno. And I'll pay Miss Wametne German Midi, Adwoa Acheampomaa or Awoahene Metnemo Edema Ama Esiako. Na Iakono, Yan Faster PSC, Emma Lucky Heba Hospital, sir, and Nino Wabua, na Apomudene Monsamano Ecosie, Ebiana Wodiania woman sem, a yadia coco ibi, and na a infections be, a stroke be, and a how. To see a dear be a how be Lucky Heba Hospital, at Sana Shema be an upon so be PMO or one more, Kokwa, or brown and Sakrabia a womb, na a banner a beer. Na odian eye 3D meshe malaria obanom Lucky Heba meshe drono na no so aboa na fe Lucky Heba bites ne so akle koko ni nyina so e de fresh system no mu amaw na apomude ne de ukoko no mu a obeye Lucky se de bia ka se Lucky Heba why Lucky producer awobo aye madwuma de eba so eye Pastor Richard Kwame Jiwono MCR any control no eho ana Theophilus Kabu ana fe so no Mr Hope war ana Edison ane Cameron so David Amuzu Maxwell Kofi Redu Ejay Kusi Johnson Daniel ane Gifty omunyina ka ho bi ana anopai ye de ensamo ni nyina dwumadi ya de chemu nsam dwumadi no ebesomo ye nam asia na de munyina se amamummo ene hwe